Hey everyone, Yui here with another deck profile of sorts, and I swear this one is a lot more organized than the previous one. Okay, so let's look at the cores. First, we got 3 Flame Fists, plus 250B, 3 damage, 200B, 3 damage, and 2 gear reduction, 2 of those. Then we got 1 Helix, plus 600B and minus 3 damage. Another 650 magic shields, you'll see this a lot with my magic shields. And 1 normal shield, another new thing from the Secrets of, or from the Geogon set of plus 400 to Pyrus and Ventus. Given the team, that's a really good deal. And granted, there's the Chaos Pyrus ones, but okay. Now, as for the team, now before we get into the team, I will admit that my secondary deck has changed a lot. Originally, it was Pyrus, Aquas, and Ventus, but as I moved on, it became eventually the Barbetra deck. Just with plus a fusion, because Pyrus Barbetra ain't easily acquired. Okay, so we got Ventus Barbetra. Looking good. Queen Bee. Got Barbetra's character card, normal shield, flame fist, that crystallized art for whatever reason. 700B and 3 damage. Then we got Chaos Barbetra. Really wanted this one. It was originally going to go in the OG deck, but then I realized it worked better with the other Barbetra, so here it is. Her character card, Magic Shield and Helix, 400B, 6 damage. Alright, and as you've seen in like the Brawl videos, you know what this deck can do and what its main functionality is. Okay, and then for fusion, I bumped the camera again. Webum X Garganoid, and Pyrus and Darkus. I could just barely get the little hands out there. And there we go. And character card, double Flame Fist, Garganoid and Webum. 500B, 2 damage, but on a Flame Fist, an extra 300B. And 5 diffuse. Then we got Garganoid X Webum, 900B, 8 damage, plus 600 on a Flame Fist. I did have Armored Alliance Drago Ultra in this deck before, as you've seen in previous videos. But I think this is a little bit better Pyrus for this team. Okay, now getting into the deck. First we have the Pyrus and Chaos dual faction cards. We got 2 copies of Leah and Dan, 4 energy, and you may empower cards for free. These were in my Fusion Rapid Fire deck before I turned that to solely Rapid Fire, plus I have a little bit more empower in this deck. Okay, and then we got 2 copies of Pyro Obliterator, 2 cost 700B. Nice, good card to have if you're running Pyrus and Chaos. And again, you know me, I have to work in Chaos in every deck, one way or another. 1 copy of Focus Fire, 300 energy, 500B. Empower, you may pay an additional 3 energy for Double Strike and Frost Strike. Okay, and then 1 copy of Righteous Defense, 3 cost. Stop non-Pyrus and non-Chaos. Empower, you may pay an additional 3 energy when you play this to draw 1, then may play a non-flip card for free. Okay, and then the secondary gears. Got Pyros Energizer, secondary gear 500B and 5 damage. Then 2 copies of Firelight Fuser, 2 cost, 2B 0 damage, but when you play this, you get +3 damage. And 1 copy of Leah Fusion Brawler. Your Chaos and Pyrus Bakugan get +3 damage and 1 Frost Strike. Okay, and now for more dual faction cards, but this time Chaos and Ventus. Okay, so we got 2 copies of Moxified Couple Beam, 1 cost, and -500B to your opponent. Little Trox and Cubbo there. Okay, and then 3 copies of Chaotic Booster, Secondary Gear. 5 energy. When you play this, destroy an enemy Baku Gear. +300 B and 3 damage. And then 2 copies of Aerial Quake. 3 energy. -800 B Trifecta. If your Bakugan have 3 or more cores attached to them, draw 1. And 1 copy of Crystallize. See? Like, it makes no sense. And Barbetra's not the only one this has happened to. It even happened with Chaos Maxodon of not having the correct character card art. But 2 costs +2 Frost Strike. If the opposing player plays a flip card this turn, draw 2. And then Baku Block. 2 costs, stop non-Ventus and non-Chaos. Nice hex there. Okay, and now the only 3 solo Pyrus cards in this deck. We got Hex Rage Mask. 5 cost, Empower. When you play this, you may pay an additional 3 energy to make a Pyrus attack for 5 damage. +400 and +4. And then 2 Quickfires, 1 being Hex. Because I needed more Quickfires, and I especially needed rerolls in this deck because I had like 0 for the longest time. Which, you know, it was a big oopsie. Okay, now for a tiny bit of Chaos. Got Enlightened Focus, 3 costs, attach a Baku core from the field. And if you have 3 or more cores, draw 1. Saw this in the other deck. Put 2 copies of that here. 1 copy of Confuse in this deck. Another one that we saw in the other one. But this is pretty much like the best Chaos flip, so 1 cost, stop Bakugan holding Flame Fist or Magic Shield. And then 3 full play set of Maximus, Barbetra, and Chaos. 6 energy cost, but this gets +2 Frost Strike for each gear attached to it, and Victory, draw 1 for each gear attached to this. So essentially, draw 2 and +4 Frost Strike. Nice, glorious B. Okay, and then the last bit of this deck, the Ventus cards. Got 2 copies of Ventus Stability? Yes, Ventus Stability. +3 energy. If you have flipped 3 or more cards this turn, stop non-Ventus and choose a card that was flipped this turn and put it into your hand. Good for getting any possible gears I lose or secondary gears. Speaking of gears, Green Shields full play set, 5 energy cost. When you play this, you may play a secondary Baku gear for free. You'll see me play this combo quite a lot when I can get it out. +200 B and 2 damage. And with the gear reduction core, this only costs 3 instead of 5. Okay, and now for the other 2 heroes in this deck, we have the original Ventus China Riot, 3 costs. When you open a Bakugan, you may energize a card from your hand uncharged. And the newest China from Fusion Force, China Riot and Barbetra. When you play this, energize the top card of your deck uncharged. After your team attack, you may return this to your hand. Alright, and then nice little art there of the little shit in Barbetra. Okay, and then we'll save those for last. 2 copies of Ventu Destruction. 6 cost minus 900 B to your opponent, but this costs 3 less to play if you have a Bakugear in play. So easily 3 cost. And then the other big meat of this deck, a full playset of Ventus Maximus Barbetra. 10 cost, 1500 B and 10 damage. However, this costs 3 less to play for each gear attached to your Ventus Barbetra. So essentially only a 4 cost, which is very, very good. Alright, so that's all for this deck. Like I said, way more streamlined than the first video, but hey, you do one, you learn, you experiment, yeah. So yeah, that's all for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Be on the lookout for more deck profile videos. Now, this one, the only thing that would probably ever update is the Garganoid Webum. If I can ever get a Pyrus Barbetra, or I just find a better Pyrus Bakugan to put in here. But again, if I ever do update this deck or any of these decks, there will be an update video. So yeah, check out the links in the description below, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next video.